Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's Celebration Sunday, where we celebrate someone on a Sunday. Because the world is on fire, and sometimes we need to talk about people that help put it out.
That's right.
I scared you.
You did. So yes, it is Celebration Sunday. The world has always been like this. Some of us just had the opportunity and privilege to not see it that way. So what we do each Sunday is we celebrate someone who has served as a human fire extinguisher and helped us, our elders, to help us to understand how we can be cooler. It is the last official day, not last week, this Sunday, today is the last official day, or Sunday, excuse me, of Women's History Month. So that's March 2026. And to celebrate an incredibly powerful woman, to sort of close up this small series we have for March, I chose a person named Wilma Mankiller.
It's a good name.
It's a great name. Have you ever heard of Wilma Mankiller?
No, you're going to tell me about it right now.
I so am. So she was born in 1945.
That's a long time ago.
In facts. And right at basically the closure of World War II. She was born in Oklahoma. And then, I don't know if you know this, but the United States has not always been very cool with indigenous people.
No way.
I know. So her family was picked up and they were required to move to California as part of this just overall governmental program. This relocation programs were pretty typical at that time.
It's kind of typical right now, too.
And so, but she, experiencing all that, she recognized that even though her family was being, required to move and to transition away from the place that they knew was their home, she recognized that community was actually home, that location, physical location, was important. But who you were with, and if you could find, good, kind souls, that community actually was much more powerful. And so that's what she spent her entire life focusing on, was how to celebrate and how to support the build out of community. That concept of, it taking a village is very real. And that's her focus. And then in 1985, it's very cool. 1985, she actually became the first woman to lead the Cherokee Nation.
That's really cool.
Very cool. So at 40 years old, how old are you?
I'm a spring chicken.
I know I'm in my 40s. And so I can tell you, I just always find it fascinating when people find their passion and find power in that passion and are able to, put it to good practice at such a young age. And some people watching this are probably like, 40, that's amazing. Like, no, that's actually quite young if you look at the totality of what's possible in the world. But she... again, her whole thing was community. So one of the reasons I think she's really powerful is that she really, really focused on utilizing the divine feminine, really looking at how to be consistently compassionate, consistently, supportive. Again, really leaning into that concept of family and community and the idea that those things are actually interchangeable. She created systems, tactical, strategic, sustainable systems for ensuring that there was clean water in rural areas, making sure that people had access to food, that people had access to healthcare, even when she unfortunately was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And unfortunately that pancreatic cancer did end up claiming her life. But she, even towards her death, found ways to ensure that her legacy, though I don't know that she quite saw it that way, but that no matter what she did, it was again for that concept of just consistently focusing in on how can we as people do our part to make sure that the land under our feet and the air we breathe, that the sky that we look into, that every single animal, that every single person, that we're all one being on this planet. And she really spent the totality of her life really focusing on how to be a helper and how to be a leader in a way that truly inspires. And I don't think we have a lot of leadership like that right now. And so it's just really beautiful to be able to look to this person and say, even though they experienced at a very young age this disruption, they decided to say, okay, I'm going to ensure that no one has to experience this at this level again. And I just think that's really powerful.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So thank you, Wilma Mankiller. Happy Women's History Month. And we look forward to sharing more coolness with you next Sunday. Bye.